All right. We are here. And tonight I got some work to do for the store. We've had some borrow some components from mostly speed controllers, and we want to get them back together so that we can sell them. So I'm here. I'm going to work on some Arrma stuff and switch out the speed controllers. While I'm doing so, if you guys want to chat, awesome, and we can talk about whatever you want on there. So had a good day today. Busy day again at the store, so that's really good. Jackson hates himself right now. I'm not really sure why, but can't be that bad. That's a weird thing to start off with. Unless maybe he's not racing tomorrow. Oh, well, the good news about cutting your sensor wire is that we carry sensor wires, so you can always just get a new one. So that's good. I will be running some 13.5 four-wheel drive on Saturday, I think. I got to glue the tires still, and yeah. So I gave my 22x4 body to Kenny to paint for me because he knows my paint scheme really well, and I had my my Techno EB410 body lying around, and I got it to fit. I kind of had to cut it a little bit. I don't know if you guys can see right there, but other than if you look at the back of it, it looks kind of goofy, but the rest of it, it's a J Concepts body. So I'm gonna give it a go. See if I can remember how to drive a four-wheel drive car. So that'll be exciting. It does look good. It would look better if I didn't have to cut out the rear end of it, but you only notice it if you're really right up on it. So we'll give it a shot. Let's see. X-Max class tomorrow. If they get enough of them, I think Trevor's back running the show tomorrow. So I believe that they call it like Traxxas Open or Traxxas Unlimited class or something, and that's what that would go into. I think in the past they put like X-Maxes, Revos, Creightons, that sort of thing together. So if we get enough of them tomorrow, absolutely. Daniel Bender's on here. He's like, what kind of tires do I use? I like to use J Concepts Lips and Gold Compound, and I'll probably get some Silver Compound here pretty soon, I hope. And I like on two-wheel drive, I like dirt web fronts. On four-wheel drive, I'll probably want ellipses all the way around, but we don't have any gold ellipses right now, so I had to run dirt webs. I'm sure they'll be fine. So, yeah, I'm going to see if I can get this first one going. So this is a brand new car, and what happened was this Christmas, because we were so busy, that in order to serve people best, you know, sometimes we're just like, well, we'll just take a speed controller out of a truck and switch it out, and then we'll deal with it later. And it's now June, so this is later. So we should probably get on that. One more wheel class. That's funny. So yeah, I'm get to work tomorrow, and I'll probably find something to do on the crawler course tomorrow night while I'm waiting for Friday night to get over with. Just something to do, or I'll stay upstairs and stock product or something like that. either way. I had to go get my double A's out of my my airplane radio because we didn't have any double A's in my house, so I had to go gaffle them from my airplane radio. Luckily, I had my airplane radio here. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to test anything I'm doing tonight, which is pointless. Hopefully, if you guys are racing this weekend, anybody on there, and you haven't signed up online yet, I kind of want us to get into the habit of doing that. I'm going to put my son and I on there tonight. It seems like it's a good idea. It kind of helps people see, you know, who maybe are on the fence about coming to race. I don't know why they would be, but you know, sometimes if you're driving and you're not sure anybody's actually going to show up, you know, sometimes you can be hesitant, and then it snowballs, and then the next thing you know, we got no racers. So I noticed that there's I think 14 people signed up online, so that's already, if everybody runs classes, that's already 28 entries. So I'm not really that worried about it, but it is something I think I continue to do, at least for the summer, and I kind of like it. It's like a good thing. So. You guys can hear me, right? Okay, good. All right. Yay. Bob's on here. Did Bob, did you guys do your 2000 announcement yet? I missed it. I was eating sandwiches upstairs because I was hungry. Okay. Yay. So 402 Club RC, which has been on Facebook for a long, long time. I think it was the original kind of like Nebraska RC page back in the day when Facebook first started. I believe has reached 2,000 members, which is pretty cool. And I think they're doing something special for that. So you should get on Facebook and check that out. I'd say a majority of our customers are members of the 402 RC Club. And anytime that anybody is asking about where to get, you know, used cars, where to find information about events that the HobbyPlex isn't necessarily hosting, you know, I always kind of put them on that way. That's where you can find, like, whenever they're holding like a crawling get together somewhere, a drag racing get together, you know, anything like that. Of course, you can find Bob to paint your bodies for you. He's left some cards at the HobbyPlex, so if you want your stuff to look really good. So all I'm doing here is just plugging in a brand new speed controller. We're gonna plug everything in and turn it on. And if it works, then this one's getting boxed up and I'll move on to the next one. Pretty easy stuff. Nothing too crazy. I'll probably have to, I will set the endpoint. So, you know, if a customer buys this, they wouldn't have to. Again, these are brand new. So We're putting a brand new ESC in them, and I just want to make sure that everything works before I box it back up, because then if it didn't work and somebody bought it, then that would be really bad. Not something we would want to have happen at all. Arrma cars have been pretty awesome for us. We really don't see too many issues, but when you sell like, 100 of them in a month, like the month of December, you're probably gonna have an issue here and there. It's just bound to happen. I wonder if, oh, we're fine. You know what I need? I need a battery. Where is my battery for my cars? Emerson.
Yeah.
Where's our batteries for the Granite? Can you go get it?
I don't know where it's at.
Your Granite's out there.
Yes.
It's gotta be out there somewhere. I need the EC5 battery. I can't test it if there's no battery. Killing me. So this one's basically ready to test. That's yay me. I actually want to look at my four-wheel drive already. I still need to work on the lighting in here. I don't like it.
I'm not sure how much it's charged.
Well, I just need it to turn on. So we got that connector, right?
It should be on there.
There you go. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Moment of truth here. We'll turn that on. I'm going to hold that down. Hopefully this car doesn't go into my computer. That would suck. Okay. We don't have steering, so that shows me that it's actually not bound. That's weird. So we can fix that. And
The cats are insane.
yeah, they are. Okay. So that's good. Let's see. That was unexpected. Wonder if it's wonder if the radio got swapped out somehow. So I worked on the track on Tuesday. The double doubles after the straightaway were getting pretty beat up, and I was able to kind of rework them a little bit. So hopefully they'll be a little bit more consistent again, like they were that first week. And other than that, I've just been watering the crap out of it, so it should be really good. So Daniel, you don't really win Plex Bucks at the Summer Series. All the entry fees go to the awards at the end of the season. So top 10 in Plex Buck gets plaques. Like, I don't know if I got one. Like, oh geez. Like that. Or sometimes like that. But top 10. And then at the summer series, you also are eligible for door prizes at the end of the season. So I like to reward the racers that consistently come. So if you make 5 out of the 6 races, then you're eligible for grand prizes and all the door prizes that we give out that last race. So it's in your best interest to always make at least like 5 out of 6. So again, so what I have here are a couple cars that were that we've borrowed electronics from this Christmas to replace for people who needed them, since we were starting to run out of ESCs, and they've been sitting in our back room for like 6 months. So it's time to get them all put back together so we can put them back in the box and get them out on the floor so people can buy them. And this one, I traded out the speed controller, but I think I have to bind the radio because it doesn't have any steering, and everything else should be good. So I'm gonna grab a bind plug really quick here. I hate leaving the camera like that, but I thought I was prepared tonight. But sometimes I got to go grab more stuff. So while there's a lot of you guys on here, I know a lot of you guys don't know much about my family and my background and stuff, but my mom died in 2009 of cancer, and that totally sucks. It's a huge downer, right? My dad lives in Iowa, about 3 hours away, and last week he had a suspicious, I guess, cyst or something taken out of him, and we were all worried about another sort of cancer in the family. And I got word today. My dad called me and said that everything was benign. So no cancer, no nothing. And man, I don't know. It's such like a huge relief to hear that, because I don't know if I could take another one. At least not yet. So I'm super happy, super excited about that. I know he watches some of my streams and stuff every once in a while, so I'm having a Kickstart in your honor, and I'm glad that you're healthy, other than being old and fat. So that's good. So awesome. Cancer's stupid. So this is going to sound really bad, but I don't think I've ever actually bound one of these radios before to a car. So I actually have to look at the instruction manual like people should when they don't know how something works, instead of just calling and yelling at us. So steering rate, batteries, sensor, bind, Center the trim, turn the wheel in full right, hold. Okay. All right, hang on here. Yeah, thanks, Jeffrey. My mom was pretty awesome. It's too bad that it took me a long time to realize that, a little bit late in the game, but I told her she was awesome a long time ago. But in my my early teens, I didn't think my mom was very awesome. But get wise. It's one thing about parents, kids. Don't take them for granted. So okay. So we're gonna do. So I'm learning on the job here. I've never actually bound one of these STX 2s. Okay, so there we go. Full right while turning full right. Hey, we have steering, so that's good. So I'll take this guy out of there, and we'll shut him off. And we'll shut him off. And now, hopefully now we can set the endpoints here. There we go. Maybe. Maybe not. Well, that's weird. So it could very well be that this battery's just dead. I'm thinking. I might have to charge it really fast. That's what I'm thinking. Because it's going into like, I bet you it's going into voltage protection mode, maybe. So we're going to move on. I'm going to take that aside. So that's sort of annoying. How are you supposed to put tire sauce on? He doesn't. That's true. Let's see. So Daniel, what I do is I'll put tire sauce on about 15 minutes, 20 minutes before my race, and just let it sit on the tires and soak. And usually it's dry enough where, or it dries out completely, where then you just go out and start running it. If there's any wet stuff left on there, it usually just takes like half a lap for it to kind of go away. Or you can always rub it away with a rag, or do what most people do, and like do burnouts and stuff in the pit area, and then it'll be gone. So, but yeah, should be about 10 to 20 minutes before your race is when you put that on, and unless you forget, like I do sometimes, and you do it like a minute before your race, and then wonder why you don't have any traction later on in the race. So. I'm actually still trying to find a source so we can stock our own PB blaster and liquid wrench. I think that'd be a good idea for us. Otherwise, just keep making the trips to Walmart and everything. So I'm gonna see if I got a charger real quick. I got another battery. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, I got another battery. Let's see what this does. Otherwise, this truck will actually have more problems, and I'm just going to put it off to the side and look at it later because it'd be deeper than it'd be a little bit deeper than just a speed controller swap. Hopefully it's not that. Hopefully it's just a battery here. Let's see what happens. Yeah, I think that's all it was. Okay, let's try this again then. Okay, we're going to set the endpoints real quick. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Woo. Okay. Excellent. So that one is done. So these Arrma speed controllers program exactly like a Hobby Wing. So you got your switch and your button, and you hold the button down as you turn it on. You see the light flashing. You hit it once. Without holding your trigger, it does endpoints for neutral. You give it full throttle. You hit it again. It sets the endpoint for throttle. Hit the brake. Hit it again. Sets the endpoint for the brake. And then you're good to go. So this one is done. This one works and is done. So we're going to, woo. I was worried there for a little bit. I was like, man, if there's something more with this one, that's going to stink. But we're good to go. I had Chick-fil-A chicken today, and I hadn't had it in a long time. I had a chicken sandwich. Other than the 2 massive pickles that they put on it, it was awesome. Chick-fil-A chicken. Man, I'm so happy we were able to get this going because I was like freaking out that we need a receiver or something like that. And then I remembered maybe the battery wasn't charged, and that's why it was flashing all the time. Yeah, I'm ready to break in some tires too. Maybe I will do that tomorrow when I get off at 8 o'clock. Count the drawer and then head downstairs. You'll probably see me smoking some tires in over there. So no doubt about that. So now I got to make this thing look a little bit snazzy here. Yeah, dude, so Baked Beans just said Chick-fil-A is decent, but Popeyes is better. I'll give you that. And today was a decision maker. So as I approached 90th Street, if I went straight, it was Chick-fil-A, and if I took a right, it was Popeyes, right? And I got caught up in traffic, and I didn't feel like swerving in front of somebody, so I didn't do a right turn to go get Popeyes. The thing I noticed between Chick-fil-A and Popeyes is Chick-fil-A, their chicken's like this big, and Popeyes, their chicken's like this big. So you do get more for what you pay for from Popeyes. So you're spot on there. Plus, they don't put any like crap on their sandwich. It's just the chicken and the sauce, and it's making me hungry. Just talking about it again on here. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how busy we are. Today we were really busy, and there was like orders and stuff all day. We're trying to stay on top of things, keep in stock. We got a bunch more Traxxas slashes today. We finally got some Rustler VXLs in that we had to get tagged up and put out on the floor real fast. We got a bunch of chargers, a bunch of power packs again. so we don't run out of those. Today was just one of those days where it was just nonstop. Plus, we had lots of customers, of course, and sold a whole bunch of crawlers today. So a lot more people getting into crawling, which is awesome because I think we have a pretty awesome crawling course for people to use, and a couple Traxxas cars, an Enduro. We sold a couple SCX 10.3 kits today, which is awesome. It's kind of making me want to get one because I want to build a. I almost feel bored when I'm not building a car or anything like that. So. So it had been a long time since I had Popeyes anything, and luckily I didn't get in a fight when I went to Popeyes to get my sandwich, so it all worked out. Everything was good. I was kind of hoping I'd be able to drop some major news tonight on this live stream. Unfortunately, that ain't going to happen because there's no news to drop. So, yeah. Oh, well. What am I doing? That? I think it's that. Yeah, it is that. There we go. Maybe. Okay. We have officially one good car that I can take back to work. Let's move on to the next one, shall we? No, it's not half price now. We got one of these that has been ran. You could tell by the tires. So that one we probably will put not probably, we'll put a little bit of a discount on it, but as long as everything works fine, you know, won't be that much, not half price. But the rest of these are pretty much all brand new. Let's see. Bender asked if we rent cars. So we don't right now. We thought about it. Here's the problem with renting cars, because we've done it before, is we've come to discover that if something, this is going to sound bad, but if something doesn't belong to somebody, they tend to treat it like crap. So we've done birthday parties with store cars in the past, and basically it cost more to keep the cars running because kids would just bash them into one another than it was worth. And renting cars, you know, we probably have to charge a pretty good amount to cover stuff that could be broken and everything. So I don't know. Let's see. We thought about it again, though. Yeah. Can you rent an act? Yeah. Nope. Sorry. Where is my? Oh, there it is. Dude, so downstairs in my room right now, it's like for some reason kind of hot, and I'm wearing sweatpants. That's a terrible idea. Absolutely terrible. So the cars we used to rent were what did we have? We had they were Traxxas 4x, the original belted 4x, and they were so tough. Like, it's crazy how tough they were. But even then, man, those things could take a beating, but at the same time, they would get broken so much. It was terrible. And then we used to rent MO3s, Tamiya MO3s, and those are pretty tough too. But boy, if you get like 6 or 7 of them run at the same time, they would just get beat up and broken all the time. So yeah, we don't really do that anymore. We do have some Arrma demo cars, which when we have Armageddon again here shortly, we will be having those available again. But luckily, these radios come with that you can turn down the throttle, and so they tend not to get near as beat up and broken because we turn the throttle down to 50%. So that works out. Yeah. So Jackson, funny you mentioned that. I'm trying to get them to sponsor our podcast, and all I want in return is like a monthly supply of Kickstart. So I'm thinking like 30 Kickstarts would cover Kickstart, Mountain Dew Kickstart as a podcast sponsor. That'd be so awesome if I could pull that off. If I could have Kickstart as a sponsor where I got free Kickstart, I'd be so happy. Well, yeah, it'd be 2 a day, but I'd be happy with one a day. I used to get this dude named Lathan Raymond, who races with us every once in a while. He used to work for Pepsi, and he'd bring me a case a month of Kickstart. So I'd get 12 free Kickstarts a month there for a little while. That was awesome. I was super happy with that. But alas, it wasn't meant to be forever. So this one is a brushed. So this one, I don't even think I have to set the endpoints. I just have to get it plugged in. So we're going to make sure that it works before we close everything up. Ow. Orange Kickstart tastes like caffeinated Tang. I don't know if some of you old guys have ever had Tang before, but that's what it reminded me of when I first started drinking it. I actually didn't like it at first. So, funny story, I really don't like Mountain Dew that much. So when they came out with Kickstarts, I was like, well, I'll try one. And I tried all flavors. They had black cherry, fruit punch, and then they came out with grape. Grape's my second choice. If they're out of orange, I'll get grape. But I really didn't like it at first, and then it like grew on me. And now I can't operate without it. So those of you that are coming to the store and seeing me irritated or like just having the resting douchebag face all the time, that's because I haven't had one of these yet. So if I have one of these in the morning and then I have another one, say at like 1 o'clock, I'm a pretty nice dude. Yeah, Daniel Bender needs to have a Rental City body. You know, I used to go to Rental City almost weekly to get tampers. So that was our go-to place for a tamper, and now we own our own tamper, so we don't have to worry about it. He should hire somebody to make a Rental City body. That'd be pretty awesome. All right, let's see if this works. Where's the what? Why is there a Dean's plug on this? No. Did that come with a Dean's plug? Dude. No way. This is so weird. So Arrma vehicles are supposed to have EC3 plugs, and this one comes stock with a Dean's plug. Tonight is just getting more and more bizarre. Are they really? I didn't know that. I thought they would for sure be EC3. Well, okay, fine. I've got a Dean's plug over here. It's just like a battery swap city. Excuse me. Battery swap city going on. So the stock one that this came with is definitely has an EC3. So the problem is that our guys will sell this and under the impression that it'll be an EC3 plug. And so they'll sell the customer a battery with an EC3 plug, and then they'll go home and they'll open it up and they'll find out that it's a Dean's plug, and then they'll be really mad at us. So I'm going to have to make sure I label this one particularly, in particular, that it comes with the Dean's, because that'd be bad. And in fact, actually, that's not even going to work because it's got that. So what we're going to have to probably do is just get an adapter and put it with it. So I'll definitely have to finish that up tomorrow when I get back to the store. So, oh well, I mean, at least it'll work. So that's good, but that's just one more thing. It's always that way, it seems like. Okay. That's going to be on. And, you know, kids, something that you should probably do that I'm not doing is before you turn a speed controller on that you're not familiar with, you should probably get it up off the ground so that it doesn't go shooting off into your $1,000 computer. So now let's try it. We have steering. And we have throttle. So there we go. Okay. Shake and bake. No binding to worry about there, so that's good. So one of the worst experiences I've had at the HobbyPlex, trying to figure out, troubleshoot somebody's car a long time ago. This guy had an e-Revo, and he put a Castle Creations Mama Monster in it that wasn't stock, and didn't know how to program it for endpoint adjustment or anything. So basically, when you flipped it on, because the endpoints were wrong, the car would just shoot off at full speed, 6S. And this person failed to tell us this. And so when I had it on the counter, and this was back before all the parts and stuff were blocked off. So it was like we had our own RC area back there. And we had all this stuff out. And of course, I flipped on the car, radio on first, of course, flipped on the car, and the thing goes shooting off, and it knocked all these people's cars down that were waiting to get help, and then fell on the floor took off down the aisle and then ran into one of the logiers and actually busted the truck. And of course, the guy wanted us to pay for it. And I'm like, dude, you didn't tell us that that it was going full wood all the time, you know? So struggle bus. Tony's on here. Look out. Jackson just asked about our podcast. I'm hoping my sister should have it ready by tomorrow. It's they go through an editing process where they kind of clean it up and add things that they need to, and stuff like that. So it should be a good one. I'm sure she'll have it ready by tomorrow. It usually doesn't take her that long. It's just that they also have, my sister also has a real job. She's a media consultant for a whole bunch of different companies under this umbrella. So it's basically her job to make Facebook posts and respond to posts and stuff like that. So, and then her husband is an engineer at, I believe, Channel 7 in the mornings. And so he does all that stuff basically on his spare time. So I don't bother him too much when it comes to when they're going to get done with our podcast. So usually they have it ready to go by Fridays. Let's see. Wow, a lot of questions in here. Okay, so Daniel, no, we have not found Bert yet, and it breaks my heart. My head always goes to the worst. He's such a sweet dog that I think hopefully not. Well, kind of. I mean, at least he would have some food, but I'm afraid somebody might have picked him up and took off with him. Sounds like crap, but that's the only explanation I can think of, because I don't think he would have just ran away. That's just not that dog's style. So are we going to try the At the Track podcast? Yeah, I got to get my sister to do it. What had happened was my dad's surgery was they were taking him in that weekend, and so they actually didn't come for that reason. What's a good radio that's not too pricey that fits an Arrma Centon 3S? Depends on how much money you want to spend. The Spectrum DX3 is only $69, and it's pretty solid little radio. So if you want to spend under $100, that'd be a good one. Another good one, if you don't mind spending $100, is the Sanwa MX6. The only downside to that one are the receivers. Extra cost like $54. So they're on the expensive side for receivers. You can also look at a DX5C if you want to get something with mono memory. And the nice thing about that is the receivers are $29.99. So, you know, it's pretty good value. Then you can spend more than that on all the other good ones, like the Sanwa MT44 or an MT4S, or the DX5 Rugged. It's pretty cool. Comes with the receiver. Then some of the other ones. So the part I would need for my Trax Teton to make metal suspensions, or no, really want to upgrade metal suspension. As far as I know, they don't. For the Teton, we did start getting metal shock towers, but not metal diff cases. I don't know who would make a metal diff case. Yeah, Mister, I'm keeping hope, but the circumstances are really odd about this dog. He was at the track. He was at the track at 7 o'clock when I put the heats up. Because I remember saying, "Look out, Bert." And then by 8 o'clock he was gone, and it's just a really weird situation. So I'm always hoping he just kind of went outside and got lost, and maybe he will pop back up. We got signs up, and they put flyers up and stuff all around the neighborhood. So that's what I'm hoping happened. You know, he's going to get hungry and come looking. Fly Sky. So I have my own reservations about the cheap China radios. I know that most of our radios are made in China. I understand that. But there is a certain level of quality control per brand. And I haven't seen a whole lot of good stuff from Fly Sky, but a lot of people have them. So they can't be that bad for the money. They have that really neat one that's got like a metal handle and metal case, and you can like flip it around and stuff like that. That one does look really cool. I have a hard time trusting some of these brands because of past experiences. It's why I don't like brands like Exceed RC. I think they're total garbage, yet people keep buying them. So call me a brand snob, I guess, or whatever, but I don't know. I have a hard time trusting them. Yeah, the factory radios. So I didn't know what people were complaining about until the house jump with that guy, where the range was, I was not ready for the range to be so limited. So yeah, I hear you. Yeah, see, I mean, there's lots of people that have Fly Sky stuff, and they're you know, they'll go with it. So I've just seen too many of those things dead sticked at the store that I get kind of leery about them is all. So and then the only other thing is I believe that this guy's actually taped down. Pat Jackson, what do you have for your plane? Yeah, Cole, that's what I worry about with the dog, because unfortunately, you know, you just never know anymore. And it sucks because I really wish I had better view of the cameras that we have at the store. Because I look back, I really didn't see anything. So, oh, wait a minute. There we go. Right? Doesn't that go right there? Yep, that's how it goes. Okay. Derp-a-dur. Derp-a-derp-a-dur. Now, there's a lot of airplane people that have FR Sky radios that we've actually sold in the store ourselves, and they seem to be the hot ticket with all the drone guys and stuff. Yeah, so like Bob said on here, he's got an MT44. I mean, they're $300 radios, but but it's what me and my son have as well. When I switched from Spectrum to Sanwa myself, I could definitely feel just a difference in how better connected I was to the car. And I never used to believe that until I actually borrowed a couple radios and went, huh, wow, there really is a difference. And now you won't be able to pry the MT44 out of my hands. Or an M17 if I ever get around to, if I ever, like, somebody gives me $600, I'll go buy that. Now what I really should do, oh yeah, there we go. So this has that radio thing. So this one's ready to go, but I do have to remind myself to get this connector. So this one's not completely done, but at least it's somewhat done. So yeah, Bob. So Bob said that he has an M17, or he wants an M17. So I didn't want an M17 until I drove Will's car with his M17 and went, holy crap, this feels really good. I really want an M17. So one day, if I accidentally drop my MT44 down the stairs or something, and I'm in need of a new radio, maybe I'll get one. But until that day comes, I still like my MT44s. Okay, I need the box. Which one's where? Let's see. That's rushed, right? Okay. Did I take the batteries out? I did. Good deal. So that's 2 down. I got 3 to work on. I might even be able to get them all done by the end of the program here. So that's good. What?
What time are you done?
10:30.
Oh. Whoa.
What?
Looks cool.
I know, doesn't it look cool?
What's with this?
I had to, if you're watching the show, you could have seen the part where I said that I had to trim it a little bit to make it work.
I'm sorry, I was hungry.
Yeah, that's fine. You know, just
I got on
ignore
for a
what your
second.
dad always does.
No, I got on for a second, so at least it gives you a view.
That's true. All right, so this one, I got to remind myself not to forget about that plug. And this is the one that looks like it's been ran. So this one probably, not probably, this one we'll have to mark down a little bit, but it's weird because it's like, it looks brand new on the inside, but you can definitely tell by the tires that it's gotten dirty. So I don't know. Make sure it runs and works and call it good. I think Emerson was playing Destiny or something, I'm pretty sure.
2.
Destiny 2. There you go. I've been trying to open up all the different areas of the compound on Supercross 2. So I got to win all these challenges in order to do so, which means I got to complete a whole season again, which I don't want to do. It's kind of lame. So
I spent like 4 hours on one raid. It was super dumb.
Super dumb. I'm gonna see if this one's even broken first here, because this one also is not bound, which makes me wonder if the speed controller is even the problem with it. So I think I'm going to try to rebind it real fast and see if that fixes it. Ow.
Yeah, the first Destiny was definitely a lot better.
Bert doesn't have a chip. We talked about that.
Oh.
No collar and no chip on Bert. So it's kind of a crappy deal. What sucks is that if TJ would have just brought him to me in the booth, he would have just sat on my lap the whole time while I'm running races on Friday, and I would have been totally okay with that. Because Bert's such a sweetheart. So pretty bummed out about the whole thing. I'm not allowed to have dogs, so anytime I get to have a track dog, I'm pretty happy dude. Paxton, are you talking about Supercross 2 or Destiny 2? Oh, okay. Yeah, any Destiny 2 talk is whoosh, over my head because I don't care.
Yeah, no, the first one was definitely better.
Yeah, see?
You want this off?
Do I want that off? No, it's not turned on, so it's fine. What's a good servo to put in an Arrma Centon 3S? There's a lot. What we carry is the EcoPower 110. It's $40, and it's like 280 ounces of torque servo, metal geared and waterproof. So that's pretty much what we sell almost every single person that comes in with a busted servo. They have the EcoPower 120, and it's $69. I don't think you need it, but some people like it and buy it. It's got even more torque and power. And then there's some good Savix ones out there. Again, I think it's unnecessary. I think something like the EcoPower 110 is plenty and not very expensive. But say like the 1256 SG from Savix is a very good selling servo. I think it's like $70 now, and it's also I think it's like 280 something ounces of torque at like 0.15 transit time. It's pretty good servo. It's not waterproof though, but it is really strong. So I'm a strong advocate for the EcoPower 110 for anything ready to run as a good replacement. The price just can't be beat for the specs. Corey's on here. So Red Dead Redemption, I was going to go through and replay it and try to get and be more honorable this next time. And that chode nugget in there deleted it because he needed the room from the game. So all my progress that I had made in the previous game and all the hours I put into it are gone, I think. So I'm kind of bummed out. And he just yelled at me, so I guess not. I don't know. He says it's on there. All I got to do is re-download it. So we'll see. I don't know. It's fine. The game I want to play now, I just bought Resident Evil 2 Remaster for Xbox. That's what I want to play. Resident Evil 2 is my game back in the day. I used to work at a video game store from 1997 to 2000, and I love the Resident Evil games. They're my favorite. On console, on Xbox. I don't have a PC for gaming. I just have my laptop for scoring and YouTube. Okay, let's see if this thing will bind. Okay. Okay, so that's good. And let's see if it'll do it now. Yeah, Baked Bean said that all the user data gets saved. That's what he just yelled at me about. He's like, no, you're fine. When we re-download it, it'll be on there, so I'll be fine. I was just finding a thing to complain about more than anything. Okay. So now, oh shoot, dumb idiot. Huh. Okay. Well, the good news is we have steering, but this thing won't set, so that's probably why this one got returned and then was said speed controller. So because it gets through the first phase, but then you give it throttle and you got nothing. So it could either be speed controller or radio, and makes me wonder if it's not the controller. But we got a speed controller for it, so we'll swap that out first. And then if it still does it, then it's definitely the controller. So either way, put that in the pile. There we go. You very rarely do have fires anymore with electronics. Last winter, Emerson charged the battery on the wrong setting and actually had our first LiPo fire, so that was fun. Luckily, he wasn't sitting near the battery when it happened, because about 5 minutes earlier he had his back turned and his headphones on, and if it would have went off like it did, he probably could have gotten really hurt. So pretty thankful for that. It was a big fire too. We had a 4-cell go up a couple of years ago. Just a customer there practicing, and it was unbelievable. So the Plex has, if you've never been to the HobbyPlex, I'll paint a picture for you. The store is here, and the track is here, and there's a big glass window right here, and then you walk down the stairs to the door or whatever. And this fire from a 4-cell battery was so big and tall that I could actually see it through the windows without looking down. So I was actually standing near our front counter, and I looked over and I saw the fire. I saw the flames. That's like 20 feet is how tall that was. Isn't it crazy? So if I was sitting there and had that happen, man, that would have been nuts. So I'm glad everything ended up being all right. It actually burnt my, I had a Genesis RC acrylic pit board that ended up getting ruined because of that. It bent it all up because it got so hot. Kind of bummed me out. But the funny part about it is all the sponsors that were on that plate, I'm no longer sponsored by. So what are you going to do?
Is there a motorcycle outside?
All right, let's see if this will set now. Bob just said, do you guys ever worry about all the old batteries lying around there? Yes, I do. I worry a lot. Tim does not seem that worried. So I don't know, man. I do. I worry about it. And then I wake up in the morning like really worrying about it. Ah, see? I think it's the radio. I don't think it's the ESC. I think it's the radio. Interesting. Because it's doing the same thing with the brand new speed controller. So this one I'm going to put away and not worry about it. I'll worry about it tomorrow. Because obviously I do not have another radio laying around. So that'll be okay. We got 2 out of the 3 for tonight fixed. And I'm going to save this for another car in case we need it. Because it's obviously not the speed controller. So pretty sure it's the actual radio. No. That's my cat, Roxy. Named after my mom, actually. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Can we soak the batteries in salt water to make them safe? Supposedly, yes. You're supposed to like discharge them and then put them in a bin of salt water overnight or something. So I just think we shouldn't take batteries like that anymore for a while. Like we have too many of them as it is. We get some guys that come in and they want to go through them all and see if they can get them to work again. A couple guys, like if they have bad cells or whatever, they'll turn like a 4-cell into a 3-cell. Right. Yeah, you're supposed to be able to throw them away. Jackson's been watching the Come Drive With Us series. I cannot stress how awesome those shows are. There's a couple that I'll rewatch over and over again when I'm like working on stuff here, or just feel like watching RC stuff. The one about the Reedy race is always good, and the 2000 I believe 17 Worlds is always really good. The Chinese Worlds, the off-road one, that's always a good one. Yeah, those are my two that I usually will watch. Gosh darn it. I was kind of hoping when we held the Nats in 2016 that they'd use that race, for that series. But I wonder if you have to like pay them, to come do that. I know I know because they're sponsored by Proline, so I know that they play a huge part in that. But I wonder if I have to like get a hold of them and say, hey, next Nats that we hold, you got to come. Would you come do a video on our race and our facility? So I'm going to put this back together because I feel that this one is actually fine, and then it's actually the controller that's bad. And so I'll have to take it to the store and call Horizon Hobby up and say, hey, we need a new controller so that I can get this one running again. But at least I got 2 out of the 3 tonight, so pretty happy with that. That and that one. Nice. Yeah, I'm about done too myself, although I'm just going to go to bed. No joints for me. If I lived in Colorado, okay. That's back together, and that's going to be put back on. No, it is not. They're trying, though. Baby steps. Gosh darn it. Okay. I'm going to set that off to the side. I'm sticking that there. That's the bad controller, I'm pretty sure. Batteries. Stuff. Yeah, it's not going to pass here for a while. You got to get more old people here in Nebraska to go away. Let's see real quick here. Daniel, I don't think we're going to do any sign up for the summer series next time. Our state is at 50% capacity for gatherings now as of the 22nd. And the next summer series race is July 13th. So by then we shouldn't have to do any RC sign up to reserve any seating. Because half of capacity for us is like 175 people, and we only have 140 pit spots. So we'll be back to just regular seating at the next summer series unless I get told otherwise. So I think for the summer series races, there will be no online sign up at all. We won't have to worry about it. I still want to do online signups for club racing, just because it's kind of nice to show people who might be on the fence about coming to club race with us, if there's going to be a turnout or whatever, that there will be people there. That seems to be a good thing. So I just want to keep that going and see if it helps keep the turnout strong all summer long here at the Plex. Traditionally, the summertime for club racing slows down a lot, but since we hadn't raced for those last 3 months this spring, I feel like this summer, I think we're going to be okay. I think our Saturdays are going to be a lot of fun, as they have been. So I'm looking forward to Saturday a lot. Yeah, mister. That sounds great. I haven't been to Canada in a long time, but yeah, you never know. I still got to take my vacation this year. I don't even know what to do. So anyways, it's that's a good hour and a half. So we're getting close to it. So I'm going to bail. I'm tired. It's time for me to go to bed. I got to go back to work tomorrow at the HobbyPlex, and the new podcast should be out tomorrow. If not, it'll definitely be out by Saturday. So you guys can hopefully you guys listen in on that too. We didn't do a live podcast this week because the last time we tried to do a three-way conversation, the computer froze, and we didn't want to have that happen again. So we just decided to not stream it. So we got Mac Vanderbeek, Midwest Regional Team Manager for Region 8 for Team Associated. We had a good talk with him and learned some stuff about him and his family and his racing roots and the team manager position. So hopefully you guys listen in on that. Should be a good show. I haven't actually heard it yet, the edited version, hopefully soon. So I'll see you guys later. Thanks for tuning in every week. This is a lot of fun. I keep trying to come up with different stuff to do while I'm on camera. So we'll check you later.